Hey, Carol Tuttle here. Hey, we're coming up to a big week in the reality TV world. I actually am a fan of reality TV ever since I started practicing energy profiling as my lens to see the world. And we have some awesome opportunities to see energy profiling in practice through watching reality TV. And I've got several video posts on here about American Idol you can watch. But I want to give you a run through of 3 shows that are coming up to their final this week that are really awesome examples of how to understand our true nature. You've got Celebrity Apprentice. I've been watching that all season. I love that show because it's so honestly expressing the movement of each energy type. It's come down to Annie Duke, who's a dominant type 4, and Joan Rivers, who's a full-on, full-throttle type 3. Joan Rivers lets it rip. She is fireball all the way. She is passion. She is whatever she is, you're hearing it. She's a real active, reactive energy, which is type 3. And she's very much an extrovert and very much a yang expression of power and a fiery power. And then you've got Annie Duke, who's a dominant type 4, who is very cool and very centered and very much aware of the bigger picture going down. I guarantee you. She's a very famous and very successful poker player, which, a type 4 is going to be really good at that job description because they're very keenly aware of what's going on around them, but not giving off a clue that they are. They're very precise thinkers. Can be very statuesque and very kind of cover up what's really going on in their thought process. They don't let a lot of people in their inner circle to really reveal their emotional side. So they're able to play that really stoic role very good. And so she always stays pretty calm and collected, or I would say cool and collected, when Joan's going off and throwing the fireballs at her. So it'll be interesting. These are 2 very powerful women, very yang-based women, meaning they have a very dynamic, bold energy that they're operating in. And my guess on who's going to win will be Joan Rivers, because Donald Trump is a type 3 and he loves his type 3 cohorts, his colleagues that are type 3s. Piers Morgan, who won last season, is a type 3 full on. Nobody liked him supposedly during the whole season, but Trump loved him because he's willing to be push the envelope, be sassy, and not care so much what people think. And type 3s probably of any group don't care what people think and kind of go by their own. Type 4s are that way too. Both of them are pretty independent thinkers that way. So that'll be fun to watch. Then we've got Biggest Loser. That's come down to a run of type 3s and 4s as well. You've got Tara, who's a dominant type 4. You've got Mike, who's a dominant type 4. And you got Helen, who's a dominant type 3. And Ron, who's a dominant type 3 with a lot of 2 thrown in there. He's a very soft type 3. But you can see on Ron's face how many angles now that he's lost the weight. Look at his cheekbones. There's angles down here on the cheekbone. His nose comes to a point. Very chiseled bone structure and very much a type 3. Same with Helen. Helen has that real kind of textured skin, what we call the lump of clay nose, and that fiery nature, kind of in your face, pushing the envelope, very competitive. And I'd love to do a makeover on Helen. I could make that woman look amazingly hot, just over the top, gorgeous in her 3-ness, because her hair is not working right for her. But maybe that day will come, I don't know. So anyway, with Tara and Mike, type 4s, these are focused, lasered, very perfecting the world, just go for it big, and their ability to stay focused on a task at hand, to get the job done, to see where they're going with something, and to achieve that at a very high degree of perfecting it. So I'm not sure what's going to play out on Biggest Loser. It's a close call on that one. And then the show you're all watching, I'm sure, American Idol. It is the Battle of the 4s. They voted Allison, the type 3, off. She's gone. She was the last other type that was in the running, and now we've got Chris, It's Goki. Danny, sorry. Chris, all you Goki fans, it's Danny Goki. And you've got Adam. Now, there's a big difference between their fourness, and this is the range in which we can experience our own natural energy. A type 4 is bold, dramatic, very cool, suave, very reflective, and still. Now you've got Adam, who's playing the very bold drama side of the 4, going out bold, going out dramatic, but still very aware of his look and very thorough on making sure that his hair and his whole look is exactly how he wants it. And then you've got Chris, who plays the other side of the 4, which is a very still and reflective expression, the mysterious energy of the 4. And you've got Chris, who's very intriguing, I think, to the female audience, especially because of his very strong type 4 nature, but he's the quiet, reflective 4. Then you've got Danny, who's playing both sides of it. He'll be the dramatic bold, and then he'll be the still reflective, and he's not finding his place to really line up with his 4-ness. And so he's not going to be, I think, as big of a challenge. I was thrilled when Chris stayed in the running because I so much appreciate the type 4 energy and the way he's living it so beautifully in his 4-ness and his reflectiveness and the art that he has as a musician, that he truly is a musician. I've never been an Adam fan. That's just, his bold drama isn't my thing, and his kind of music isn't my thing, but I appreciate the art that he has as well. So Chris could pull this off. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. So there you go. Keep reading It's Just My Nature. Learn about your true nature. You're deciding and knowing that you have an energy type is not creating that in you. It's just defining what's already expressing in you. It's giving a reference point to what already is your expression and giving you permission to live it more honestly, more authentically, with more beauty. And in that, your life starts to fall into balance just because you're allowing the true expression of you to be your manifest state. So let yourself have fun with that. And we'll be back next week to maybe do an overview of how those shows all played out. Thanks for watching.